So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial, and in this video we are going to be doing drag and drop, and I created a mini course for these 5 videos, and right now I will show you what we are going to be doing. So in this video we are going to have only one shape and one area, and I am going to drag my shape. It is going to return to the original position, and when I go over my area is going to change the opacity, and I can drop it like so, and yeah, and once I drop it, I cannot drag it anymore. I will refresh this, and this is also going to be working if we are going to be zoomed in like so, and yeah. So this is going to be the first video, and it is what we are going to be doing today, but I will show you what will be in other videos. So the second tutorial is going to be something very similar, but in the first tutorial I will go in here. If I am going to drag my shape somewhere here, it is automatically going to snap to the center. Okay, so no matter where I am going to drag the shape, it is going to be in the mouse is going to be in the center of the shape. In this tutorial, in the second one, what we are going to do is we are going to create or calculate some kind of offset. So when I am going to be dragging on the corner, it is going to be on the corner, and so on. So this is going to be the second tutorial, and yeah. The third tutorial is going to be, let me refresh this, with multiple shapes. I don't have this aligned because I wasn't worried about aligning, and basically I am going to have 3 shapes like so, and I am going to have 3 areas, and in this tutorial I can only drag the shape to the correct area. So the blue one I cannot drag to the green, I cannot drag to the orange. The blue one I can only drag to the blue one, the green one I can only drag to the green one, and orange one I can only drag to the orange one, like so. You can see that right now we are not, making the opacity because I didn't want to make the tutorial too long, but I showed it in the first one. So yeah, and like this, and I am going to have some text winner. And the last video is going to be actually divided into 2 videos. So this is going to be the final project. And in this video, one more time, we are going to be dragging, and they are going to go to the initial position. But in this tutorial, I can drag any shape to any area. And when I am going to drag all of the shapes, it is going to check if I drag them correctly or not. And it will give me option to play one more time. So for example, I will intentionally lose. So I'm going to put green one in here, orange one in here, like so. Then I cannot drag them anymore, and this one in here, like so. And I'm going to have text loser, I'm going to have button try again, and I'm going to try again, like so. It is going to reset, and right now I will not try to, but I will put this correctly, like so, like so, like so. And right now I am going to have winner, and one more time option try again, and so on. So we are going to have the first tutorial with this one, the second tutorial with the calculation of the offset, third tutorial with this one, and the last one is going to be divided into 2 parts. So together it is going to be 5 videos. But then in this tutorial we are going to go with this one. I will put the other to the description when they are going to be ready. And yeah, right now we can start. Okay, so right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and I am going to choose any width and height, but I will go with 500 by 500. I want this to be HTML5 canvas, and I am just going to click create. And now I am going to create a shape. So I will go to the rectangle tool. I will get rid of the stroke, and I am going to choose some fill. So I can go with some blue color, like so. And I am going to, with the shift, create a shape like so. Shift to stay proportional. I will click on the shape, and I can see that it is going to have width and height 120 by 120. I will make it to be 100 just so we are on the same page, but it's not important. So I will log the ratio like so, and I'm going to make this to be 100 by 100, but this is optional. So yeah. Now I will have to convert this to the symbol, so I will go with F8 or modify convert to symbol, and I want this to be movie clip, and I am going to call this to be blue shape, for example, and I am going to click OK. The registration point doesn't matter, and I will click OK. And now what I need to do is I need to create an instance name. So I will click on this. I can see that it is a movie clip, and I am going to call this to be blue1. Now, one thing that I will do is I will click anywhere to be able to click on the stage color. I will click, and I am going to choose something which is not white. So something almost white, like so. Basically, when I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, I want to be able to see where is my canvas. Now I will go back to the Adobe Animate. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to double click, and I'm going to call this to be code. I can rename this to be blue shape, but yeah. And I will go to the code layer. I will right click, I will choose actions, and it is going to open me this text editor. You can adjust it as you want. I will zoom in with Control, Command and mouse wheel, and yeah. So I will type this blue1. This refers to the this timeline. So this timeline blue1, and I'm going to type add the event listener like so, listener, and we are going to go with press move. So I will go press move like so, and now the function that we are going to call. So I'm going to call this to be drag shape like so. Okay, so we have simple listener on the blue1, press move, which is like dragging, and we are going to call function drag shape. Now I'm going to create a function, so function drag shape like so, and yeah. For the moment, I am going to change this from press move to the click, just to show you something which is important. So I'm going to change this to click, and I can try to go to the function and type that this dot blue1 dot alpha is going to be equal to 0.5, but this is not going to be working. It is going to give me an error. I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter. I will go with F12 or right click, inspect, and I will go to the console, and if I'm going to click on the shape, I am going to have an error. The reason is, and I need to explain this a little bit, that inside of the functions we cannot use keyword this, because outside of the functions this refers to this timeline. Inside of the functions this refers to this function, so there is no such thing as this blue1 inside of the functions. So very simply what we need to do is create a variable. I will go let root is equal to be this like so. Right now root is going to refer to the main timeline outside, but also inside of the functions. So I will go like this. I have a tutorial about this. I can put it in the description if this doesn't make sense, but this is something which is important. So yeah, and right now when I am going to have this like so, it is going to be working fine. Okay, so now I will change this back to the press move. One more thing, there is also an option to go dot bind this, and yeah, maybe you know this, but I do not want to use this because it's when we are going to remove listeners, this can be a little bit tricky, but don't worry about this. Basically we are going to have something like so, and I'm going to change this from click to press move like so, and I'm going to type that root blue1 dot x is going to be equal to stage dot mouse x like so. This has to be capital like so, and I'm going to do the same thing for the y position. So root blue1 y is going to be equal to stage dot mouse y like so. And basically with this what we are going to say is that the x position of blue1 shape is going to be equal as where is my mouse on the x position, and the y position is going to be equal where is the y position of the mouse. So I will go with Control Enter, I will go with F12 and I am going to drag this and it is going to be working fine. But there is a little issue, and the issue is that if we are going to zoom in, so I will go like so, I will zoom in with Control command and mouse wheel like so, and now I am going to drag and we are going to have an issue. Okay, so yeah, what can we do about this is we can go to the drag shape and go that blue one X is going to be equal to stage mouse X, but we need to divide this by stage.scale X like so, and this one we need to divide by stage.scale Y like so, and right now this is going to be working fine. Okay, but maybe right now you have no idea why we need to do this, so I will try to explain this to you. So for the moment I am going to get rid of this and I am going to get rid of this like so, and what I'm going to do is I am going to console.log my blue position, my mouse position, and we will explain why we have to divide this by stage.scale X to work when we are zoomed in. So I am going to go console.log and I am going to console.log root.blue1 like so, and I will go plus quotation marks and I am going to go like blue. Okay, and I will duplicate this and we are going to console.log stage.mousex. So I will go stage.mousex and plus mouse. Okay, so this is just we are console.logging where is the position. I need to go root blue1.x. So I'm going to console.log the position of the X, and I'm going to console.log the mouse position, and this plus blue and plus mouse is just to know in the console. So I can go with Control Enter F12 and I am going to go back to 100% and I will go like this, and you can see that my mouse and my blue are same. Okay, one thing that I will do in the console logging, I will go one more time console.log and I am just going to console.log, you know, something like this. So in the console right now we are going to see this little bit better, and basically what we have is that the blue is 270, mouse is 270, then blue is 269 and so on. So it is going to I will go to the bottom like so, and it is going to be always the same. So if I go to the right part, it is going to be on almost 500, because you know we have stage which is 500, and when I go to the left, it is going to be 0. Okay, now I am going to zoom in to 200% like so, and I am going to move the mouse and the shape, and they are still the same in the console.log, but the shape is offsetted. You know, the reason for this is I will go in here and I am going to say that this dot blue1.x is going to be equal to 500 like so. Okay, so at the beginning I am just saying that blue1x before we are going to drag is going to be 500, and I will go with Control Enter, and it is going to be 500 like so. And it doesn't matter if I am going to be zoomed in or zoom out or anything, it is always going to appear in the same place. Okay, but the thing is that if I am going to zoom in to 200% like so, technically, you know, right now this is no 500 by 500, but this is like 1000 by 1000. But the blue one is going to be positioned on the 500 and it's going to be in here, you know. So if I'm going to change this to 250, like so, Control Enter, it is going to be in the center, you know. It's going to be in the center, no matter if I am going to be zoomed in or anything, it's always going to be like so. So it's like the canvas or Adobe Animate or JavaScript is recalculating this position, so it's not going to, because right now, if I said that it is going to be 250, 250 should be here, 500 should be here, 1000 should be here. But it is going to be positioned correctly like so. Unlike the mouse, if I'm going to right now go with, I will go one more time with Control Enter like so, and I'm going to be dragging like so. You can see that my mouse, if I go up in here, is going to be 1000. Okay, almost 1000 like so, and then the blue one, in here you can see that mouse was 996 and the blue one was also 996, but 996 for the blue one is somewhere here, let me refresh this. So one more time, I will be dragging in here like so, and if I go with my mouse to the center like so, the mouse is going to have position 500 in here. I am in the middle of the canvas, so the mouse is going to be 500 in here. But when the mouse is 500, the shape is going to be in here, and when the mouse is going to be 1000, the shape is going to be completely away. I don't know if this makes that much sense, but the stage X, I'm going to go console.log stage.scale X like so, and I will go with Control Enter. When we are going to be zoomed out, 200% is going to be 2. If I'm going to be 150%, it's going to be 1.5. Okay? And the thing is that we need to adjust the mouse because the shape is going to be, like recalculated, but mouse isn't. Okay, so I am going to go in here, and I'm going to say that stage.mousex divided by stage.scalex like so, and the same thing we are going to do for the Y position, so divided by stage.scale-y. And I am also going to console.log this, so maybe if this doesn't make sense for now, I will duplicate this, and I am going to console.log stage.mousex divided by stage.scalex like so, and I am going to call this to be adjusted mouse. Okay, and I will go with Control Enter, F12, let's zoom to 200%, and you can see that if I'm going to be in the center, adjusted mouse is 253, and blue is 253, but original mouse was 500, so we are in here with the mouse 500, and if we wouldn't divide it by stage.scalex, when the mouse would be in here, the shape would be in here. Okay, so yeah, if this doesn't make sense, I cannot help you more, but hopefully this makes sense. So I will get rid of all of these console.logs, and basically we need to, adjust this like so. Okay, so yeah, we can continue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this listener. So I will go this blue one, add even listener, and right now we are not going to go with press move, but we are going to go with press up, and we are going to go and call function which is going to be stop drag or anything. And I'm going to create the function, so I will go function stop drag like so. And for now, the first thing that we can do is just console.log that you dragged the object, you dropped the shape like so. I don't know if this is the double P, probably yes, I am not native, but yeah, I will go with Control Enter, and I can, zoom out like so, and I am going to drop, and I am going to have console.log you drop the shape every time that I am going to drop. Now what we are going to do is we are going to return this to the initial position. So how can we return this to the initial position? What we can do, I will get rid of this initial positioning, this blue one X is 250, and this console.log scale X, it was just an illustration. And what I'm going to do is in some variable, I will go let initial blue x is going to be equal to this dot blue1 dot x, like so, and I'm going to do the same thing for the y position. So init blue y is going to be this blue1 dot y, like so, and basically we are storing the initial positions of x and y of the blue shape. I will console.log them, console.log, I will console.log them in one log, so I will console.log init blue x, and I will go with comma init blue y, like so. And yeah, for the moment I am going to go to the stage and I am going to position this somewhere here, and you can see that the x position is 80, y position is 70. So if I go with Control Enter and I will go with F12, we are going to have 80 and 70. You know, if the initially my shape is going to be somewhere here, which is going to be 240 and 130. If I go with Control Enter, those two variables are going to be 240, 130. Okay, and with this, when we right now have the initial position saved in the variable, and this is not going to be updated when we are going to be dragging, because this is not inside of this drag function. So this is like at the beginning we are setting that blue one at the beginning was in this position, and you know. And what we can do in the stop drag, we can say that root dot blue1 dot x. Okay, so the position of blue1 is going to be equal to init blue x, like so. Okay, and the same thing we are going to do for the y. So I will duplicate this, and root blue1 dot y is going to be init blue y, like so. Okay, and the variable names, they are optional, the function names are optional, but yeah. And right now I will go with Control Enter, and if I am going to drag, it is going to return to the original position, like so. And if I am going to have the original position somewhere here, it doesn't matter where, because at the beginning we are going to save the original position where it was originally positioned, and it is going to return to that place. Okay, I will position it somewhere here, and yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some drop area. So I am going to create a new layer. So I will go to my blue shape. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to get a rectangle tool one more time. I'm going to get some gray color. It doesn't matter. I can go with something like this, and I'm going to go with something like this. You know, I will click on this, and just so we are on the same page, I am going to unlock this like so, and I'm going to make this to be 200 by 100. Okay, just so we are going to have the same numbers and everything. And if I want, but this is optional, I can get the text tool, I can get some white color, and I can call this to be drop area or anything. And yeah, and I am going to select this. I will go with F8. I am going to call this to be drop area, like so, and I'm going to make this movie clip. Okay, and now I will have to go an instance name. So the library name doesn't matter, but the instance name matter, and I will go with the same name. So I will go drop area, like so. Okay, now I will show you two ways. One is not the best, the second one is much better, how we can detect the collision. So what we could do, I showed this in a tutorial years ago, but I will show this anyway. What I can do is I can go to the view, and I can go to the rulers, like so, and it is going to give me these rulers, and I can drag a ruler like this, and yeah, and now I can double click on this ruler, and it is going to show me where the ruler is positioned. You know, we have 0, we have 500 on the X, we have 0 and 500 on the Y, you know, so in here this would be 0, not 0, but maybe 10, and the same thing in here, it's going to be 490. And what I can do is I can go with this ruler, you need to be on the selection tool to be able to double click and see the number. But right now I can see that it is like approximately 140. And what I can do is I can go to the stop drag, and I will get rid of this console.log like so. And for the moment I am going to comment out this this returning to the initial position, and I am going to create some if statement. So I am going to type that if root.blue1.x is going to be bigger than 140. I hope that it was 140. We are just going to console.log good like so. So I will go console.log good. I will go with Control Enter, and I am going to drag my shape in here, and nothing is going to happen. But as soon as I'm going to drag shape in here, it is going to say good. Okay, and this is something which is going to be automatically recalculated when we are going to zoom in like so. So yeah, so basically right now what we are saying is that if I click on the shape in here, you can see that x is 50. Okay, in here is 100, in here is 140, and we are saying that when we are going to drop, if the x is going to be bigger than 140 anywhere in here like so, we are going to console.log good. Now we are going to do second condition, so I'm going to go with one more ruler. I will double click. This is going to be 340, you know. So what I'm going to do is I will go to my if statement, and I'm going to say that and, so at the same time, root.blue1.x is going to be smaller than 340. I hope it was 340, but yeah. So right now we are saying that if the blue one is going to be bigger than 140, you know, so it's going to be bigger than this, but at the same time it's going to be smaller than this 340, you know. So I will go with Control Enter, you know. Right now I am going to be dropping in here, nothing is going to happen. I am going to be dropping in here, nothing is going to be happening, but in here we are going to have good. You know, the same thing we are going to do with the Y position. So I will go in here. This is going to be 350. So what I'm going to do is I will go and I will type end like so. So I will go end root.blue1.y is going to be bigger than 350 like so. Okay, so because in here, you know, this is the Y position 160, 200 something, 320, 350, and so on, you know. So right now, when we are going to be dropping in here, nothing is going to be happening. We need to go in here like so, okay. And yeah, one thing, we are going to put the drop area below the shape like so, so we can. I will have to close some windows, but yeah, okay, that should be fine. But I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and right now this is going to be like so. And the last condition that we need to do is we need to make sure that the x of the blue one is going to be smaller than 450. So yeah, I will go to my code. And right now we have this on the one line, which, you know, it's not the best thing. So every time that I am going to have end, I will go and I will go with enter. I will go with enter like so. Okay. So right now I am going to have this on the multiple lines, but don't worry. I will go end, and I will go that root.blue1.y is going to be smaller than 450, you know. So right now I have the if statement. It starts in here with the parentheses. It ends in here like so. You can adjust this like this parentheses as you want like so. And we have these 4 conditions. You know, I explained this. Hopefully this makes sense. So right now if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, if I'm going to be, let me refresh, if I'm going to drag anywhere, drop anywhere, nothing is going to happen like so. But if I'm going to be in the area, I am going to have good, you know. And what I could do is I could go and create after the if statement. We have if statement. This is going to happen when the condition is going to be true. And I could go else, and else what we are going to do is we are going to return this to the original position. So I will just copy this, I will uncomment this, I will uncomment this like so, and yeah, and right now I will go with Control Enter, and every time that we are not going to be in the area, we are going to, let me position this originally in here like so. Every time that we are not going to be in the area, we are going to return like so, and when we are going to be in the area, we are not going to return, and we are going to have console.log good. This is not the best approach, because as soon as I'm going to move my drop area somewhere here, for example, you know, it's not going to be working in here, it is still going to be in here like so. So I want this to function no matter where I position the drop area, okay, and no matter how big the drop area is going to be. So yeah, I will get rid of all of these rulers because I do not need them, I do not want them, like so and like so, and yeah, and I will comment this out. So I can provide you this. So I will go slash and asterisk and asterisk and slash like so, and yeah, and one more time we are going to create this function. So function stop drag like so. I will copy this, and yeah, and now what I want to do is I will click on the drop area, and I want to compare the x of the drop area. So no matter if it's going to be in here or here, I'm going to go that the x of drop area, for example, right now is going to be 247. I'm going to put it to be 250, and the width is going to be 200. So we are going to be comparing the x position minus half of the shape. Okay, you will see, but yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create variables. So I'm going to go let area x is going to be equal to this dot drop area dot x. You know, we are setting where is the position of area x. We are going to do the same thing, but it's probably drop area. Let me see. Like so, drop area. Okay, we are going to do the same thing for the y position. So I am going to go let area y is going to be equal to this drop area dot y, like so. And don't worry, I will explain this, I will show you this, but yeah. And now we are going to create a variable which is going to be let area width is going to be equal to 200, because the width of the area is 200, and I will go let area height is going to be 100, like so. Okay, but what I'm going to do, I am going to create a variable let area width half. I will explain this, don't worry. Let area width half is going to be 200 divided by 2, you know, because the width is 200 and I want to know the half of the width. And the same thing we are going to do for the area height. So let area height half is going to be equal to 100, and we are going to divide this by 2. And now it is going to make sense. I will, for the moment, cut this, and I am going to put it in here, just so we have this little bit closer to the function. Later on, we are going to put this back to the top. And what I'm going to do is I will go that if root dot blue1 dot x is going to be bigger than area x minus area width half, you know, like so. We are going to console.log good. So I will go console.log and I will go with good like so. I will go with Control Enter and I will just show you that if I am going to be in here, nothing is going to happen. If I am going to be in here, it is going to be working. So one more time, I will click on the drop area. The X is 250. The width from here up to here is 200. So from the middle up in here is 100. From middle up in here is 100. You know? So what I'm saying in this condition, I'm going to create a comment that the area X right now is 250. You know? Area width half is set to, you know, I could go and set this to be 100, you know, but I said that this is 200 divided by 2, you know, but yeah, and the width of the shape is 100, so I am saying like so 250 minus 100, that's 150, you know, and I am comparing if the root blue one X is bigger than this 150, you know. So if I am going to be in here, the X is 880, in here it's like 100, like so, and in here it's 151, so it's going to be working, you know. I will go in here, good, and yeah. But the good approach about this is that right now I am going to position my area, let's say somewhere here, and right now if I click, the X is 370, you know, the width is still 100, you know, we didn't change the scale of the shape. So now what I'm saying in here is that if the, you know, the area X right now, when I'm going to position it in there, is going to be 370 minus 100, which is going to be 270, you know, and right now the X of this shape needs to be bigger than 270, and it's going to be when it's going to be in here. So basically right now I am going to be dragging anywhere in here and nothing is going to be happening, but if I go over like so, it's going to be working, you know. And this approach is better because we can position this as well we want, and when we are going to have the, you know, width and height 200 and 100, if I'm going to change this, all I will have to do is change this in here. So if the area is going to be 300, I will just change this to 300, you know. If the height is going to be 150, I will just go like this, you know. So let's create the other conditions. So I will go with end, and right now I am going to say that end root dot blue one dot x is going to be smaller than area x. Okay, let's say that area x right now is where we left it, so it's 370, and we are going to go that plus area with half like so. So I will copy this and I will paste this. So right now this is going to be plus like so, 370 plus 100, which is going to be 470, you know. And right now, basically, if my shape is going to be somewhere here, you know, it's going to be 490, it's not going to be, and if it's going to be in here, it's going to be working. So basically, we are saying that it needs to be from here up to here, you know. I will go with Control Enter. I'm going to be dragging anywhere in here, nothing. I will go in here, nothing. I will go in here, and I'm going to have the good, you know. And the good thing about this is that if I'm going to position my drop area somewhere here, you know, it is still going to be working the same. In here, nothing. In here, nothing. In here, this is going to be working, you know, because we have the condition which area with half is always the same unless we change this, but the area x is changing, you know. And right now we need to do the same thing for the y position. So right now, hopefully this makes sense. And I will go root blue one dot y is going to be bigger than right now. We will go with area y minus area height half, like so. So one more time, hopefully that this makes sense. But if I go in here, like so, the y position of area right now is 300, the half is 50, you know. So the shape needs to be bigger than 250, the y position, you know. So when I will click on this 300, you know, so I will just show you that the y right now is 300, the half height is going to be 50, like so. We are going to go with minus, so this is going to be 250, and we are saying that the y position of the blue shape needs to be more than 250. Here is the y position, here is x, but here is y, 160, 180, you know, 200, and yeah. So right now I will go with Control Enter, and if I go anywhere in here, it's not going to be working, you know, it needs to be in here like so. Okay, and now if this doesn't make sense, you need to think about it, but hopefully it does. I am not going to explain this more. I will go with the last condition, and root dot blue 1 dot y is going to be smaller than area y plus area y plus area height half, like so. And yeah, I will go with Control Enter, and right now it is going to be working. And the good thing about this, that it is going to be working no matter where I am going to position my drop area, like so. I am going to position that in there, and it is still going to be working, like so, you know. And the good thing about this is also that once you have something like this, you can loop through that when you are going to have more drop areas, but that's for another tutorial. But yeah, and now what we can do is the same thing. We can go with else, so I'm going to go else, and else we are going to return this to the original position. So I will go like this, and I am going to, you know, root blue 1 is x is init blue x, and so on. So right now, if I am going to, you know, not be in the area, it's going to return. If I am going to be in the area, it's not going to be returning. Now what we want to do is, when we drop this to the area, we want to remove the listener. So yeah, but I will just reposition this. So I will go like this and like this, but you can have this as you want. And what I'm going to do is when I am going to, you know, drop this correctly, when we have this console.log, I will go in here and I am going to copy this to listeners, like so. I will paste them like so, and in both of them I need to go with the root instead of this, because we are in the function, you know, and we need to go this timeline blue 1, and we just change the add even listener to remove even listener, like so. Remove even listener. I will go with Control Enter, and right now if I am going to drag this incorrectly, it is going to return. If I am going to drag it to the drop area, I am going to remove the listeners, and yeah. And now what we could do is, if we want, we can say that when we drop this correctly, that root.blue1.alpha is going to be equal to 0. So we can make this to disappear if we want, like so. Or what we could do is, we can say that root blue1.x is going to be equal to area x, and root blue1.y is going to be equal to area y, like so. So basically this is telling me that if I am going to drag this anywhere, it is going to be positioned in the center. So I will go with Control Enter, and I am going to position this in here, and it will snap to the center, and we cannot move this anymore. Okay, so basically we are done, but I will show you last thing, and that's to change the alpha of the area when we are going to be over that. So I will show you the simple way. I can also show you the harder way, but yeah. So the simple way is, we need to, you know, copy and paste our code. So I am going to copy all of this if statement, but don't worry, we are done. This is just a bonus if you want. I am going to copy this, all of this condition, if the, shape is in the area, and I will go to the drag shape, so I will go in the drag shape. So while we are dragging, and I am going to paste all of the condition in here, and I am going to say that if this condition is going to be true, if we are inside of the area while we are dragging, I am going to say that the root dot what was the name? Let me see. Drop area. Okay. Root dot drop area dot alpha is going to be equal to 0.5. I will go with Control Enter. So while we are dragging, the alpha is going to change, and then I am going to go with the else. So I am going to in here type else, and else I am going to say that root drop area alpha is going to be 1. Okay, so basically right now I am saying the same condition, but I am saying that while I am dragging, if the shape while I am dragging is going to be over the area, change the area to 100 to 0.5 opacity, 50%, and else if it's not over, change it back to 100. So right now, if I am going to be dragging, it will change, it will return, it will change, it will return, like so. And yeah, the only issue right now is that if I am going to drop this like so, the area is going to remain 0.5, one more time, I will show you, it will go like this, but if I am going to drop, it will not return to the 1, because, in here we have the condition that if it's over the area, it's going to be 0.5, and it stay 0.5, we don't go to the else. So what we could do is then in the stop drag, we are going to say that root dot drop area dot alpha is going to be equal to 1, like so. So it's just saying that when we drop, the area is going to go back to 1, like so. So I will go like this, and right now I am going to drop, and it is going to go like this. Okay, so yeah, I am not going to show you in this tutorial because it's too long how you could put this inside of the function and reuse this, because this tutorial is already too long. But yeah, that's for maybe another tutorials. But I am going to keep this as it is, like so. I am going to provide you this, and yeah, here is the commented part with positions specifically, what we were doing with this one, like so. But yeah, this is basically it. This is all. And in the next tutorial I will show you that, because right now what we are doing is whenever we are touching the shape, it is going to be always in the center of the shape, will always be going to be where is the mouse. But in the next one I am going to show you that when we are going to drag it in here, it is going to stay in there. Okay, and the last thing that I will show you, I almost forget, is if you want this to work on the mobile, what you need to do is at the beginning type create.js dot touch dot enable, like so, enable and stage, like so. And with this simple line, it is going to be working on the mobile. This has to be capital, this cannot be capital. I can go with Control Enter, F12. I can go and change the device, it will seem that it's not going to be working, but as soon as I'm going to refresh, like so, it is going to be working, you know. So in the Google Chrome, you can change the device like so, and yeah. And without this line of code, I can just comment this out for the moment. I will go // I will go with Control Enter. I will go like this. I will refresh, and it's not going to be working, you know. So we need to have this little line of the code to make this work on the mobile, like so. And yeah, I don't know why I have to refresh this to make this work, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is it. This is all. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope that I will see you in other parts of this series. Take care.